Hey, conservative new media viewers, this is Paul F. Villarreal. I just watched the Fox News Google Republican debate from Orlando, Florida. I wanted to share some thoughts with you about what I saw and how the 9 participants fared. CNN will have more videos to share with you in the days to come around this debate, but we wanted to provide some preliminary impressions. First of all, I want to congratulate Fox News, Google, and YouTube on putting on what I felt was the best of the first 3 major televised Republican debates. Second of all, I believe that tonight's debate was won by former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney. Romney is currently in second place behind Texas Governor Rick Perry in at least several national polls, but I believe this is the 3rd straight debate of 3 in which Governor Romney has clearly outperformed Rick Perry. Romney was sharp, he was specific, he was humorous, he was gracious, and he appeared presidential. I want to make another point at this time to be certain that it's clear. Conservative new media is not supporting any particular candidate at this time. We are not aligned with any particular camp or faction, so we will do our best to provide you with our honest, candid thoughts on what we are seeing in these debates. Another thing which Governor Romney did expertly tonight was he continued to bring the discussion back to President Barack Obama and the importance of defeating Barack Obama in 2012. Not only is such talk red meat for the conservative base, it also helps to keep the larger goal in perspective and remind viewers what the goal of the Republican Party is, no matter who ends up being the nominee. CNN likes Governor Rick Perry, quite a bit, actually. However, that affection isn't going to stop us from being frank in our assessment of his performances. Perry was not bad, but he was not particularly strong either. The governor looks and sounds the part, but I believe that he must get crisper in his responses and in his performance. His strongest moment of the night, in my opinion, was when he told the anecdote about being lobbied by a woman on the HPV vaccine issue. That was a rehearsed answer, but it came off well and helped defend him from a potential weak point. I think Governor Perry needs more such moments and preparations for them on other issues, such as the in-state tuition for the University of Texas given to undocumented immigrants. A couple of quick thoughts on the other participants. Herman Cain was exceptional. His story about beating his stage 4 colon and liver cancer was, for me, the moment of the night. He got to expound on his 999 plan, but he also got to talk more in depth on other areas such as foreign policy. Cain only helped himself tonight. Former New Mexico Governor Gary Johnson also had the potential winning moment of the night with his remark that his neighbor's dog produced more shovel-ready jobs than did the Obama administration. The governor acquitted himself well, had a strong command of the facts, and I feel came off as solid and witty. Newt Gingrich was his usual masterful self. The former Speaker of the House's line from Ronald Reagan about recession, depression, recovery, and Jimmy Carter was phenomenal. Though he may not make the final cut of the top 2 when all is said and done, Gingrich's knowledge and oratorical skills are a very welcome addition in these proceedings. Former Senator Rick Santorum did quite well, I felt. His impassioned words on the importance of parents in their children's education hit home for me. The man clearly has conviction on his beliefs, whether or not one agrees with him. Additionally, Santorum made a fantastic point in debating with Perry about how it's not a question of undocumented immigrants being able to be educated in Texas. It's a question of subsidizing them and doing so before you do so for legal citizens of the USA who are not from Texas. Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann was her usual knowledgeable, prepared self. Her reference to Jefferson on the state and religion was excellent. Regardless of how she has sometimes been portrayed in the mainstream media, Bachmann is quite intelligent, highly educated, and performs well in these settings. I thought her performance was strong, even though she may have backed away from her words on the HPV issue and Rick Perry. Former Utah Governor Jon Huntsman also did well tonight. Huntsman is a very skilled speaker and performer. He never seems to appear rattled, and he deftly handles virtually any question thrown at him. I thought his answer to a tough healthcare question from a YouTube member was about as good as it could have been under the circumstances. Huntsman improved his positioning tonight, in my opinion. Finally, Congressman Ron Paul was Ron Paul at his very best. He made his point clearly on the issues of jobs, the 10th Amendment, and on immigration. He even was able to turn a tough question about a potential border fence into a winning answer. Paul's stock also rose tonight with this performance. In short, then, the only member of the 9 debaters I feel may not have done as well as he could have done was Rick Perry. Perry was not bad, I feel, but Romney was better, and that is the measuring stick now, as both men try to attain and hold the top spot in the polling of Republican voters. One last note on who else could have been helped by tonight's debate and the other 2 recent debates. Former Alaskan Governor Sarah Palin, in my opinion, is going to have a real opportunity to make an impact in this contest should she decide to run if Governor Perry does not improve his performances. I say this because Perry is considered the frontrunner or favored candidate among conservative and Tea Party Republicans. However, I must say that I feel that based upon what I have seen so far, Governor Palin would absolutely be able to outperform Rick Perry in this kind of a debate format. That's not to say that Perry cannot and will not improve in this, but if I were Governor Palin and I was wondering what my options are, I have to think she is starting to feel she may have an opportunity in this race. So that's my initial take on tonight's debate. Now we want you to tell us what you thought of tonight's proceedings in the comments section below. Who do you think won? Who do you feel did not do so well? Why? Tell us all about it here. We'll also be sure to throw in some links on the debate and post-debate analysis in the video description below the video player as soon as we can. For Conservative New Media, this is Paul F. Villarreal.